Keep it 200 podcast.
You know where I come from, the same where you born in. I'm just getting fed up. I ain't even going in. Everybody going through, they don't want us to advance. Some praying on the lottery. Life is a gamble already. You can blame it on society. They don't even want you to win. Community suffering, all the soldiers gotta move to the pen. No pad, paper's just the power of pain. I never seen a storm come without a chance of rain. I get money, they blow it on the chance of fame. You can never grow in life without a chance to change. I'm from the city where you barely even hear the cane. Cushion heroin that took over the game. I'm not playing major players and I'm not saying, you know the streets got a code and they not laying. Let's go. The bigger the picture, the more you gotta reach. I don't know the answers to everything, but I gotta speak. Over glorifying the hustle without accomplishing everything up under the sun. It's just a consequence. Court dates follow you around, you can't escape them. Life will have you out on the limb with no bracing. That's why I'm here right now telling you be patient. The hustle like a bottle.
Keep it 200 podcast. That was that shit.
Yeah.
You can turn any slogan or funny
Yeah.
into a professional design in just minutes.
I like shit like that. Motherfuckers come out and just take that shit by storm.
Yeah.
By storm. I ain't gotta do nothing else no more. I done did everything I need to do right here.
Yeah. But that's what the game missing. That's what the game missing as far as the R&B vibe right now. Anyway, like the love gone.
Yeah.
You see what Beyonce just did? You know, she damn, I'm like, this motherfucker still breaking records, but she is the first woman to simultaneously be top #1 on country and R&B.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
But you know you that shit when you can just wake up and say, I'm gonna drop a country album.
I'm gonna drop a country album and my shit gonna
I
sell.
ain't never sold.
And I'm gonna go
sold
I ain't never
a
went to country.
Yeah.
I can wake up
And I'm gonna take off. I'm gonna take off on the country tip.
And I bet you they ain't gonna do her like they did with Nas X. They ain't gonna say
Hell
that shit.
no. Hell no. They gonna give her due on it.
Cause you know when Lil Nas X Old Town Road hit #1 on them country motherfuckers. Man, that ain't country music.
Yeah.
That's a gimmick.
Yeah.
They ain't gonna say that shit to me.
Hell no. Hell no. She from Texas.
They all right.
Like them.
What you gonna say?
What you gonna say?
Country.
She from the cowboy area.
Straight up out. But I mean, you can hear it a little bit too, though. Just
Hell yeah, you heard.
that when she be talking.
Yeah.
Like, you can hear that shit. Definitely.
You can definitely hear it.
She dropped 2, and then she's smart, bro. How she be her marketing.
Mm-hmm.
She dropped both of them shits right after the Super Bowl.
Oh, perfect timing.
The
Perfect timing.
Super Bowl end. No, I'm sorry. She dropped them shits at halftime.
Halftime of the Super Bowl. Both of them.
Look, so she the only thing that stopped Usher from being #1 on iTunes that night and shit.
That's
She
crazy.
dropped her shit right at halftime when he was doing the
When he was doing the performance.
So he was in #2 and she
Mhm.
#1. I was like, that's crazy, bro.
That's crazy.
I can compete with a nigga who's live performing on the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Just putting my shit out.
Just putting my shit
I
out.
don't got to tell you. I ain't got to go talk to nobody about no rollout. We just.
Cause I ain't even know nothing about. She was dropping.
But you know, ever since she did 7-Eleven, she figured that shit out. Cause that 7-Eleven shit, it banged, but she shot that shit from her penthouse. Literally just called up the videographer like, hey man, I got an idea.
Yeah, and come on through.
And when you see you can make millions off a spontaneous eye like that, why would I pay $500,000 for you to do advertising for me when I know I woke up this morning and dropped that shit? And I made just like that Kanye shit. We gotta talk about that. How y'all feel about that?
Kanye.
So that did you see the little commercial he had during Super Bowl? It was like a little time.
Yeah.
Bro, they saying it cost $0. Okay, I can believe that because
To make the commercial.
Because it looked like he shot the shit from his phone.
Right.
All he's saying he paid for. He say this shit in the commercial, but I thought that was just part of the commercial. He said we spent all the money to get the spot. So to pay for the commercial spot on the Super Bowl, that's what
Right.
they paid for. They spent all the money there that he forgot to pay really for the money for the commercial.
For the commercial.
So that nigga shot that shit
Free.
in his car
Mhm.
live that night at the Super Bowl. That nigga done made $20 million off that campaign.
He a genius though, like
Think about it.
like for real though, like he weird as shit.
Weird as
he
fuck.
weird as fuck, bro. Like the way he be dressed and barefoot and shit and masked the fuck up. Like he weird as shit, but his
I'm gonna pay $0.
he's
on the
strategic
commercial
as fuck
and make
though.
$20 million.
He's strategic as hell though.
That's crazy as fuck.
He learned from the best.
Yeah.
He learned from the best. Took him to the top.
Become
the business for
and
real.
that's what I try to say. Must be like, Ye ain't learned shit from Jay. And I'm like, yes, he did. I said, cause didn't Jay say, I'm not a businessman, I'm a businessman?
Yeah.
He taught Jay that, and Ye one of the few that came up under Jay that really understood.
That understood
like,
it, yeah.
Become the fucking business.
Yeah.
Then ain't no middleman. Ain't nobody to talk to.
Yup. Make a living off of you.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Sir.
That's just important. That's kind of why I got out of the like as far as working a job. Like I worked for this furniture company for 12 years straight in this building, and they had maybe a few other companies in the building too. But all of the supervisors that worked in that company was $15. Okay, I didn't get $12 until my 12th year. I was still running. You giving me supervisor duties, but I'm only making $10. I'm making the same. I'm making the same amount as the motherfuckers that I'm going out here to hire to come and help. But you giving me the duties of a supervisor, and you calling me your foreman.
Yep.
So for 12 years, bro, I rode the low pay. And I got tired. I ain't working with nobody.
But you're not wrong for doing that. And the reason you ain't wrong for doing that, bro, is because our knowledge that we have of black people, of what it means to truly be working.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? See, they leave out all the key details to working when they talk to us as black people. Because we used to be slaves.
Yeah.
So they just teach us, hey, as long as you work,
Yeah.
you'll have everything you want. And that's what they leave it at. They don't tell us about working for pay that's worth it. You know what I mean? Making sure you're not being shit on. Like, for example, in the field I do food and shit, but like every level I done went up since I've been doing it, I paid attention to everything around me, so I was able to get the max every time.
Right.
Like, no matter what they had us set for this, what we paid the position,
Right.
I made sure. Guess what? Before I was a manager, I was already doing the manager duties, but this is what I try to teach my people. We got to get back to this. We done lost this. We don't got it in this world or in America to tell a motherfucker what they need to pay us. But this is how we got to do it. We got to get back to working it, doing it, and then making it ours. See, I work the position to where I'm doing everything the managers do. I don't make nothing what the managers make.
Right.
But guess what? When the time came for that dotted line and for the numbers to come up,
You was already in position.
you can't give me what you give the normal managers. Now,
Yeah.
guess what? You gotta pay me more.
You gotta pay me more.
I'm already doing it.
Yep.
So I'm already better than the person you got in position because I'm already doing their job at a lower
Yeah,
position.
in a lower position.
When I moved-
That's facts though.
Yeah.
And like, that's what I say we gotta do. You gotta work for the job you want. And it's okay sometimes if they ain't paying you what you feel you need, but you gotta at least do it. Cause guess what? They waiting on you to say, I ain't gonna do that shit. You got me fucked up. Cause then they just label you what you is. See? That's why.
And that's what make you replaceable.
Yeah. And that's why I say you gotta do two things. You either got to play the game to make it yours, or you gotta do like you did. You gotta go get your own shit.
You gotta go get your own. And I just got tired. Like I got burnt out. Like I had done tried every kind of job I could have ever thought of doing, from fast food to textile to
Yeah.
fucking furniture to selling, like everything, bro. I tried everything, like, cause I was trying to find my niche throughout life. I had always tried to find my niche, like, so you know, in the midst, I was still in the streets, but I always tried to keep a job because my mentality was, as long as I got a job and some check stubs, they can run up on me all they want, and I'm just showing these check stubs. Leave me the hell alone. I got a job.
Keep a wallet.
Yeah, this my
Keep a wallet. Keep your money in your wallet. Like that stuff. That stuff we gotta tell our young black men. Like it ain't that you can't trap. It ain't that you can't do them things, but you got to be really moving. You got to be moving. Shit got to be tunnel vision.
Yeah.
It got to be, I'm doing this to get to here.
Yeah.
It can't be the way of life, but that's the type of shit our young guys don't know.
Yeah,
they're walking around here with bands in their pocket. Guess what? If the police stop you and you don't have any legitimate income,
they got that.
All that money's mine. But
you know what they gonna do with the money?
We don't even tell our young folks that though.
Yeah.
We don't let our little young homies get out here and trap for us.
Mm-hmm.
But we won't tell them, go get you a wallet.
Yeah.
Keep all your money in the wallet. Don't bag your weed up.
Yeah.
Or don't bag your shit up. That's the little thing. It's like we don't give game no more. Like
and see, that's crazy.
You want to the game, we won't give it.
That's crazy that you said that because it was a point I used to ride around with the whole peasy on me, and I ain't had shit pre-weighed out. I always was straight out of the bag, you know what I mean? You run up on me, I got the whole bag, I smoke.
What can they say you do with it?
You can't prove nothing, I ain't got no scale on me. We had the hand scale. That shit was so easy to get rid of.
Shout out to Al. Shout out to Al.
That shit was so easy to toss. Like, shit, all you catching me with is this right here, this marijuana.
Shit.
Like, so, you know, I was, even from the streets to the legit way, like, it was always a way to cover your ass. Like even with the check stubs, I was always taught, keep your recent check stub in your wallet. Along with your money, keep that recent check stub. That way, if you got $600 on your check and you probably got about $500 in your pocket, they gotta leave that shit in your wallet. They gotta leave that money where it's at. Like, for real. They don't got no right to take your money. But that's the way they game. That's how they play it. Like, bro, they took almost a couple $100,000 from me on the highway. And that was the first thing they found when they pulled me over. You know, they smelled the marijuana, walked the dog around the car. Yeah, we was smoking right before you pulled us. Like, we were blowing big and shit. So there wasn't no way we can get around it. But everything in the car, I'm already telling my people, like, don't worry about it, it's mine. So, you know, I'm taking it, it's mine. So when they grabbed it down, first thing they grabbed was my money. He said, how much money is this? I said, $167,000. You know, he put me in handcuffs immediately.
Dang. Yeah, all right, what you doing this kind of money?
Put me in handcuffs. Bro, he put me in handcuffs. He ain't even seen no drugs, no nothing, my nigga. He put me in handcuffs because he seen the money. And then he proceeded to continue to search my vehicle and shit. And then when he searched the vehicle, he found the half a pound. Mid.
That's the midgets, man.
was that shit.
Yeah.
You feel me, bro? Yeah, mid was the shit. Mid was the shit. So he got me with a half a pound of mid, bro. But they took my money. So and I'm out of state when they did this shit. So when I go to court and shit, goddamn, the motherfucking, I went to court for like 2 years, but when I go to court, that final time, my lawyer was like, shit, I got you probation. What you want to do about your money? I was like, shit, so let me ask you this. If I fight to get my money back and it somehow run me back in the court, that mean I'm gonna do some time. How much time I'm gonna do? He was like 5 years. I was like, nah, I'm gonna take the probation. They can have the money. And they sent me a receipt saying that they only took $98,000 from me. Yo.
Shout out. It's a 200.
Real.
Shout out.
They shit it on me hard, bro. Like, but so you gotta teach the young kids. Like I feel, me personally, I feel like my generation did drop the ball.
Yeah.
It was guys like Pop that was coming up in our generation teaching us. He was already, and that was my favorite rapper. So he was already teaching us what we supposed to be teaching the generation, our kids. But all we did was we was still in the street too deep. Yeah, we wasn't trying to teach our kids this shit. Like shit, fuck that. Right now, we don't even want y'all to see what we going through. You feel me? We don't even want y'all to experience this, so we not finna let y'all see it. So we ain't finna put y'all up on game. Like my little brother wanted to learn the game, but I would never show it to him. So he went elsewhere to learn the game. You feel what I'm saying? But I didn't never want him to see that type of life, so I tried to keep him away from it. Well, we dropped the ball. My generation honestly dropped the ball, and I feel like we should have been guiding the ones that's up now. You know what I mean? Because right now they're not doing it the way it's supposed to be done. Shit haywire.
Yeah, man, yo, we in the building today, man. Keep it 200 podcast.
Keep it 200 pod, baby.
Keep it 200 podcast. In the building today, man. Got a special guest in here today. OG Wall, man.
You already know we in the building, man.
What it do? Glad to have you.
Like, share, subscribe, man.
Please like, share, and subscribe. Hit that all. You get everything. Please.
Yeah. What's going on, bro?
Not shit, man. Just working, man. Trying to stay out of the way.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
Turn my motion into progress.
Yeah.
Glad you came in today, man. That you took the invitation, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
You accepting that, but
yeah, man. So, what you been doing, man?
Working. I then I got my janitorial and pressure washer service.
okay.
I got my custom apparel and accessory business. Me and my two partners, we got a smoking business where we smoke meats. We call it the Smoking Bros. We smoke meats. We sell food, sell smoked food. And then just recently we just started our radio station. We got our radio station up and off the ground. So those are the moves that I'm making right now. And then at the same time, I'm trying to make myself. I ain't even trying to make myself. It's just the way it's falling. Like I'm becoming a blueprint for the younger people. Yeah. And it ain't even intentional. It's just.
What's the name of your radio?
44.8, the Pound Radio.
Shout out, man.
Shout out my brother Uncle Dirt.
Hey.
Yeah, we got the radio station popping.
That's what's up, man. Yeah, so tell me, man, tell me about some history in High Point, man. You know, growing up in High Point.
Yes, sir. We want to hear it, man.
Born and raised, Daniel Brooks, High Point Regional Hospital.
BBG.
1979, 7 pounds. Shit, man. I stayed right there where the wall was at, right there in front of the center.
Okay.
The wall we used to flip off of back in the day. I was right there. I was probably the only person in Daniel Brooks that had a German Shepherd and Wolf mixed in the hood.
And the wolf dog.
For real, Used to flip off mattresses back in the day, you know what I mean? That's how we learned how to flip.
So you straight, you from High Point?
Yeah, born and raised in this piece.
That's what's up, man.
So tell me where you started and you know what I mean, like your childhood, and
growing up and shit.
So boom. It went from Daniel Brooks to Springfield, and then from Springfield it went to Beeman Court. From Beeman Court, it went to Eastwood and 5 Points. So from Beeman Court, from Daniel Brooks, I probably left Daniel Brooks after my first grade year. And then I went to Springfield and I did my second and third grade. Yeah. From second grade and third grade, I was at Allen J. I was living in Springfield. Then we moved to Beeman Court, and from the fourth grade all the way up to my ninth grade year, we stayed in Beeman Court. That's where we kind of rested at for a while. I can't never say I was from the slums, because High Point really ain't the slums to me. It's project housing. You know what I mean? It's a lot of hood shit going on. But I can't never say I was from the slums.
I feel
it ain't the bricks, you know what I mean? Like you know, somebody else. The interpretation of slum for me is some shit that I would see on New York, and you know what I mean. The poverty shit, some real poverty. Like we ain't. It ain't really been like that growing up because we had a bunch of different outlets. Especially like Little League, like we had the Little League baseball. We had the.
Shout out to that too.
You know what I mean?
We got a lot of that now, but they gotta make it more accessible to the kids.
But see, the thing is, when we had that, it was all housing authority based.
You
know what I'm saying? It wasn't no special program where you had to kick out a lot of money just to participate.
Okay.
These housing programs, you sign up. If you over here in Claricox and
you playing,
show up, pull up to come over here to the gym and come over here to the basketball court. And so we had coaches like R.I.P. to Mr. Molly. He was one. Like he would walk the whole city to High Point just to get people to come and play for his team. Crazy. Like he would walk and knock on your door. I want you to come play ball for me.
I got him.
He would talk to your mom and get you to play. And, you know what I mean?
He bought my glove, my hat, everything for me to play.
We had people like Richard Pena. He was out there in Springfield. Like we had the first flag football team, Springfield Birds. You know what I mean? But he was big on being out there and mentoring us young people out there in the hood and stuff.
Trying to show you the way.
Yeah. And then you had, when I was in Beeman Court, you had people like Miss Greta over here at Moorhead. You know what I'm saying? Like them. That one, her, and it was a couple other women that was there down in Moorhead. We always had people that we can go to, you know what I mean? Back then, the lady up the street can whoop your ass.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
You hear that?
It was a lot of that. You know what I mean? So
the woman up the street could whoop your ass for being disrespectful.
You go around now, you don't even really see the older folks sitting on the porch or nothing. Like
nah, they not.
They ain't out.
They not. They hear too many stories. You know what I'm saying? Like they not absent from what's going on. They know what's going on, just like we know what's going on.
You know what else different too? No matter who that old woman was, even back in my just coming up, if that old woman say, "Get out my yard," yes, ma'am. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Yeah.
Now today, get out my yard. Fuck you, bitch.
Yeah.
My mama gave my grandma.
Right. Right.
And I'm talking about, and get this old lady smoke.
Yeah. For real.
And it's like, that's crazy. That's where we at.
Yeah, it's that crazy. It shouldn't even be that way. Like shit, I did my fair share under the sun, but I always had respect for the older folks.
Older heads. It's sort of like what the mob always said about us as gangsters. Like they wasn't getting on us about being gangsters. They was getting on us about how we carried ourselves. Like it was like y'all ain't carrying. You ain't gotta carry yourself like that. Yeah. Like y'all being gangsters one thing, but you ain't gotta carry yourself the way you carry yourself.
Yeah.
And I think that's integrity just gone, man.
Yeah,
like
it's out the window.
we used to get on our little youngins like, man, don't be turning up your own neighborhood. What you knocking that lady trash over
for real.
Or what you messing with her mailbox for? You know what I mean? Those kind of things. But you got now, it's like, ain't nobody doing it no more.
Nah, they're not. But like I said, a lot of that come from because my generation, we was taught that.
Yeah.
We were supposed to implement that.
Instilled with that shit.
You know what I'm saying?
Instilled with that
right.
shit.
We was forcefully instilled with that shit. You know what I'm saying? We was the drop core era. You know what I'm saying?
Throw your shoe at you.
The four switches.
I got hit with a bottle of mustard in my knee before. But the shit was aiming at my head, but the shit went to my knee.
Whatever's within reach.
And them bottles wasn't the plastic bottles. It was the glass jar mustard. You know, so like, shit, you gonna get in line one way or another. You know what I mean? So that's
take long hard before you do that shit again.
But I think that's probably why I put myself out here in the community as much as I do, because I wanna help play my role in bringing that part of discipline, that part of knowledge back into the community. You know what I mean? Like I say, I played my role in fucking up my neighborhood. I was on the block hustling in my neighborhood and doing all that shit, but it took for one of my homeboys to pass away for me to grab a for me to grab some poster board and make a sign and say this shit gotta stop.
Yeah.
And you know, and from there, it's like I ain't been able to run away from not helping the community. Like it's like I got the help now. Ever since that one step, like
You can't go back.
I can't go back. It's like I can't go back. How I'm gonna go back and my people sitting here looking at me, or might be depending on the next event that I might do for the community. I gotta come through now. You know what I mean?
What I'm gonna do? How I'm gonna make it happen?
I gotta come up with some kind of way. Like a lot of times that shit do be coming out of my pocket, but at the same time, a lot of times when I make a post, I might say, "Look, I got this going on. If y'all wanna purchase something, purchase a gift, purchase some goods for the kids, school supplies, or even if you want to send a cash out, I'll match it."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And throughout the years, that's what I've been doing. Like, shoot.
That's what's up, though. That's what's up.
Anything, man.
Anything, bro.
Like anything, man, there's something that you ain't have, or at least, or even if it's something that you did have. That's why I say it's just too many times nothing go back into what we come from.
Yeah.
And we wonder why like nothing really ever get better, but it's like everybody who do just a little bit better, if they just give a little bit back to it, it raises the overall value.
It raises the
that's
overall
what happened
value.
with the white neighborhoods and the black neighborhoods, and people don't even be noticing it. Like, this is how I see a lot of shit around High Point. I still remember when I was a little young, I still remember neighborhoods that was predominantly white people.
Yeah.
And these neighborhoods with some nice little houses and shit, right? And then I remember we moved into one of those houses, or some black people started to move into some of those houses, right? But then the white people started to get the fuck on.
They start selling.
So
They start selling. One too many came over there.
So
They cool
now-
with one or two.
Yeah.
So now we all over here renting the property.
Mm-hmm.
Now we finna all stay in this neighborhood for the next 30 years renting.
Mm-hmm. Renting.
So just imagine we paying, let's just say $750 a month. We finna pay that for the next 30 years. This house that we living in, we done bought it 4 times over.
Yeah. Big
And
facts.
then we gonna move in this 30 years and be trying to figure out how to own our first home. See, that's the kind of stuff where it's like we gotta put back in our own shit. But we fucking up, cause guess what we doing? We ain't taking care of it. We renting it for 30 years, turning it the fuck up. Guess what? We done paid. The white man that made all the money he ever dreamed of making off of it. So guess what?
He ain't studying no
Now
more.
he sells it.
He sells
Guess what? We ain't in a position to buy it because we've been paying him for it for 30 years. So guess who buys it? The Mexican man. For the low.
I got the utmost respect
And
for
now he
them, though.
builds the. No, I do too.
You know what I
guess
mean?
what? He's gonna get this house that I've been living in for 30 years for $15,000 to $16,000.
Straight like that.
And then he gonna make this shit look better than it ever did.
He
for
finna
another
raise the
$15,000,
price because they already know how to build.
He's gonna live in
He
there for 3 years,
Yep.
and he's gonna sell this bitch for $160,000.
Yeah.
And go on to move into being the owner of his home, and we're gonna go live and pay rent until we die.
And see why I say I got the utmost respect for them, because even if they go get a 9-to-5 job, they temporary as a motherfucker at their 9-to-5. As soon as they get their bag up, they getting their own shit going on, and they immediately jump straight to ownership.
Yeah.
Like I where I'm at right now, it's a whole block. Like, you know where Daniel Brooks at, right?
Yeah.
All right, so right there by Daniel Brooks, it's a whole block of duplexes right there on the side strip on Davis, right there beside. Okay, so now they are remodeling. They own them shits.
Yeah.
They remodeling each one of those duplexes, bringing them up, bringing the value up, so they can charge $1,100 a month for them.
Yeah.
But they only redoing them because they got a whole new housing development coming up right here. So they trying to make they shit look just as good sitting over there. So the value will catch.
That's crazy.
Like they smart as fuck, bro. Like they playing the game. Like and see what's helping them is the opportunities that they getting. Like they get a lot of opportunities, and they take advantage of their opportunities, and they make some shit happen.
So like that flipping them houses, bro. Like I was saying, so what they doing is the Migos, they buying up these houses, bro. For like, they buying them up for like 25, 30,000, right? They got their homies who need to work. Out of work, ain't got nothing. We finna build and fix up this crib.
Yep.
We about to sell this mother for $350,000.
Yep.
Give me 2 years, and now you gonna let her bring your family over here. You gonna let her sustain yourself.
Yep.
I'm gonna go ahead and create my business, and then you're gonna have your own business. That's how they do it, man.
Yeah.
But that's why I say we gotta fix our brain. Why the fuck can't we do that?
We the only ones who can't get the formula. We the only ones who.
The Arabs come
everybody
over
know the
here,
formula and stick to the formula except us.
The Arabs come over here, and before you know it, they got a store in every one of our hoods.
Everyone on eating.
And then you fuck around, you go to this hood, and guess what? It's one of the dudes you done seen working in your store at one point. Guess what? He owns this now though. While he was over there working, they was working on getting him his bread up to buy this location over here. We as black people cannot do that shit, and it baffles me because it's like, that's crazy. We the only ones truly can say, let's get it together. And let's make it profitable for all of us.
Yeah.
And let's make it happen.
Yeah. You know, that's like that's
like
one of my goals. You know what I mean? Is to get groups of men and women together, and we do those things. You know what I mean? Because it can happen easy.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? If everybody got the same mindset, and I noticed that because like think about it. Okay.
But it's not even the same mindset. I seen some shit. I can't remember what the study was on. I don't know if I read this or if I saw this, but basically the shit was, you could give, say you take 10 people of all these different races, right? They said you can give all 10 of the black people money, right, and resources. We'll fall off in like faster than all the other groups. And then the other groups, they was only doing stuff like with the Asian, at the Asian group out of the 10, one might have got the money. One might have got food.
Right.
One might have got this. They survived.
Yeah.
In the black group of the 10, you gave everybody everything and failed faster than all the other groups.
Because they blew the money. And they blew the resources.
And wanted to do more than I want to be.
I want to be the top dog.
I want to be. It's always, I think that's our biggest.
One thing I learned, bro, like you can always go from being a boss to saying I'm still a team player.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, like I know it's a goal that gotta get met. And I can't play a boss position because I gotta jump down here with the squad and help make this shit shake. So I gotta learn how to be a team player too. And then one of my teammates might have more insight on this than I do. So I gotta be willing to shut my mouth and say, you know what, go ahead.
I'm a fool if I can't get the feedback that's gonna make us successful.
That's gonna make us successful. I don't know it all. I never will. I don't try to, you know what I mean?
I think that's a big part with us too. Sometimes we ain't open to suggestions. We want it to be us.
Right.
So like somebody might be telling you something that's gonna help you, but you more like, I want that to be my idea. That ain't my idea.
It ain't, yeah.
Even though it makes sense, we can probably even agree with what the person's saying, but because it ain't our idea, we like, nah. And then mad at the world if it fails.
And then mad at the world if it fails.
So shit, tell me about I know you grew up with Jacob Walker, right?
Yeah, facts. Okay, so boom. I knew Jacob. He was dating one of my homegirls. I used to be at my homegirl house every day. Any given day he can be there and I'll be there. We never had problems. He never had a problem with me being over there. He knew that me and him we was cool on that, you know what I mean? And we grew a friendship just off of me being over there at his girl house.
Okay.
And from there we just got cool. Damn.
I remember as a youngster, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like he lived around the corner from, I think that was Willowbar.
Yeah.
Willowbar.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We used to go over there as kids, you know what I'm saying? And bro be on the porch, Jacob be on the porch, and he always had a jersey on, Andrew's jersey on, you know? And talk about how nasty he was and all that, you know what I'm saying? So I just remember as a kid, man, he was like a big brother to me, man. You know what I'm saying?
He had potential, bro.
For a little bit of time I did know him, you know what I mean?
He had potential. He was one of those that his life shouldn't have never been cut short, but it was cut short. That was a sad time because at that time my high school didn't like his high school, but I was one of those dudes that was, I don't know for what it was, man. My whole life I was able to go to any neighborhood and be over there because I always knew somebody in every neighborhood, so I can go hang out. And it was the same way with me in school, you know what I mean? Like I started out at Central and then I went to Southwest, but my girl went to Andrews.
Yeah.
So I'm able to go to Andrews. I'm over here at Andrews every day afternoon to pick her up from school and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like it was one of them things. So and then from me being over there, the dudes, I started meeting the dudes, and then we all had City Lake Park.
Yeah.
That was all the schools down there at City Lake swimming. So you know it was a mesh of everybody. We all knew each other and shit. So you know it was, but it was a point. It was a point where you know my team, my school wasn't meshing with their school, and we were supposed to really been having a big school brawl in the hood at the gas station and shit, and that never happened. You know what I mean? Like none of us got to throw a blow, got to talk shit back. Like we didn't even get to start talking shit.
Yeah.
Cause a whole another altercation was going on. You know what I mean? And that shit went down, and like everybody, like that day when that shit happened, everybody hit the ground.
Yeah.
Everybody. I'm talking about there was nobody standing up.
I can remember as a kid, like I'm saying, like coming through 5 points on a Friday night after the high school game.
That shit be lit.
Oh,
Before we knew what lit was, bro.
Sunday nights,
bro. And then the Sundays, this shit was so crazy because Sundays would go from they would come in from Greensboro, from High Point Greensboro Road. Turn down Montloo or turn down the little side road in front of 5 Point Sub, meet at Gordon, go all the way down Gordon to the tracks. Some went to the right towards Daniel Brooks. The majority went across the tracks, down Meredith, and then they branched off on all the side roads all the way down Meredith to Green Street, and then from Green it was like, yo, bro, it would literally in a car, it would literally take you 2 hours to go from 5 Point to Green Street. That's how thick the traffic was.
I used to be a little kid looking at all the cars.
I was young, my nigga. I was on a bicycle then.
Yeah.
We had our bikes, my nigga. We would ride, like we would get fresh, throw on our fresh outfits, and jump on our mountain bikes, and we would ride from 5 Points to fucking Green Street, stopping at all the people's houses that was standing outside. Like we used to do that shit. That shit was. There was Washington Terrace Park. That was the big hub where everybody hang. Man, like you can, and see that's the thing I hate now. Like you can't even duplicate that, and there's not even a chance. Like you try to throw an event that big.
No,
it's yes, bro, and I hate that. You know what I mean? Like because it's impossible. It almost feels impossible to bring the love back.
You can't bring the love back because the people is the event. They start to hate before, like they start the feuding before they bring that to your event. You see what I'm saying? It don't even be shit that happens within the event. It be I already been going back and forth with you.
So I know I'm gonna see you out there.
So I know you going to that.
I'm showing
we out here, and then I gotta show I'm tougher than you.
You feel me?
Gotta show you tougher than me.
And see, then now they tougher is the pistol.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Who gonna shoot who first?
Yeah, so you know, but I think that's why I'm still pushing for it, because that's what it's meant for me to do. It's meant for me to give it my all. You know what I mean? And make sure that we can get some love back, get people back on track, get motherfuckers back supporting each other. Get more, because that's what we need. You feel me? That's what we need, especially on a business note, on a life note. The support is more than anything. You know what I mean? You can really go somewhere with support. I started my first business with $40. But when all I had to do is show a motherfucker that I was serious.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? And it took for me to invest in that van, get that van, bring that van back to High Point, and people see me riding around the city in a van with no equipment. I'm just riding. I'm just riding, telling motherfuckers what I'm about to do.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, a motherfucker hit my phone and was like, "Hey, bro, was you serious about that?" I was like, "Hell yeah." He was like, "Shit, go over here to my fiend house. He got a brand new pressure washer over there for you."
Yeah.
Oh, I'm on the way over there. Shit, I went straight over there and I pulled up. The fiend was right there. He was like, "Look, bro, I got this brand new." He trying to sell he trying to sell it to me. I'm like, "Nah, bro told me to come over here and get this." He was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, let that nigga, you can have it. So, I gave him I got that from there, you know what I mean? And then from there, shit, motherfuckers was just like donating, like giving me shit just because they said, "Damn, this nigga on a different path. Let me help him out a little bit." I fuck with the nigga. I watched him for years walk, stretch the fuck out. So let me throw him a bone. And motherfucker was throwing me bones, and the thing about a motherfucker throwing you bone, make sure that they ain't reminding you of the meat that was on that bone when they threw it to you.
Facts.
Cause a motherfucker quick to remind you of what they did for you. And see the one thing about every
shit for me, you go on that shit.
The one thing about every single person that helped me start my first business, to this day, not one of them ever mentioned what they did.
Yeah.
To this day, nobody know exactly who did what for me.
I hate that. I hate when people do that shit. Don't even do it for me if you
don't
talk about it.
Yeah, don't do that.
Motherfuckers do that so they can talk about it.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Motherfuckers
soon as they give it to you, they on the phone.
just so they can go tell you.
Just so that I'm talking about just soon as they turn around, I had to help this nigga.
I'm about to say.
Soon as you turn around, I'm talking about they jump straight on the phone and tell somebody, "Man, yeah, I just gave this nigga goddamn $35. He talking about he ain't had no gas, so I gave him $35. I gave him an extra 15 so he can get him some weed."
Yeah.
Bro, give me a break, man.
You tell her that shit you ain't even say to me. You tell her another motherfucker, you hope I pay you back. You didn't even tell me that.
Bro, I had a motherfucker.
Bro, you straight, don't worry about it.
I had a motherfucker loan me $20 and call me back 20 minutes later. Bro, did you make the play yet?
Word.
I like, shit, bro, I ain't even have enough to buy nothing to make a play with. I said I just needed $20. I didn't say I was going to buy nothing to flip. I just needed $20.
Yeah, damn.
Dude, boy.
That nigga hit me right back, bro. Did you make a play or anything with? I'm like, bro, goddamn.
That's wild.
I said, you know what, man, I'm gonna stop asking motherfuckers for anything. It's shit like that'll make you say, you know what, man, fuck that shit, man. I'm finna get out here. I don't care what it's gonna take, but I'm finna do this shit myself. I don't need no nigga reminding me of what they did for me.
Facts.
You know what I mean? And after that shit, I just started doing everything for me, like being self-sufficient. That
It's
shit.
like that.
And
It's like that old clown shit back in the day, like your homie chilling out with some, y'all hanging out with some shorties, and he done let you rock the shoes. And he gotta let the shorties know it's his kids. Like he hit you with the, "Hey man, don't fuck my shoes up."
You remember the Puff Daddy and the when Puff Daddy, what was it? The Puff Daddy and they had that tour. It was the Puff Daddy and the family tour. Puff Daddy, they came to Greensboro, right? So they had these Air Force Ones, and my shit was it had the lime green bubble check.
Okay.
You know what I mean? You remember the shit? It had the little check. It had the lime green bubble check on that motherfucker, man. I wore them shits one day, my nigga, and my cousin was like, "Hey, shit, man, let me wear them shits tomorrow." Shit, I let him wear them.
Yeah.
This nigga gave my shoes to one of his homeboys. And I seen the nigga.
What's all again?
Nigga, I seen the nigga wearing my shoes. I'm like,
What kind of shit is that?
I'm talking about within 3 days, my brand new shoes done changed two other feet. Left my feet and went on two other people's feet. Like,
That shit crazy. You let this nigga wear my shoe. I let you wear a shoe.
I didn't even want the shoes no more,
Yeah,
man.
man, it's too many feet.
Yeah, man, too many feet in my shoes.
Like, hey, let them borrow your car. Somebody else can ride
with your car.
What the fuck you got going on?
Oh, man, shut my nigga needed to use the wheel.
What?
He said he was gonna put some gas in there.
Yeah. That make a difference.
Yeah.
Shit, I had to sit here. I'm cooking food and shit, so I had to send him.
Yeah, that shit crazy. So like, when did you start with the rapping? Like, how did you get the music?
Okay, so boom. I started initially. I'm gonna tell you what made me start rapping first. Like, I was in high school and we had this talent show. Every dude, every chick that I knew that either sung or rap, they was all in the talent show performing.
Yeah.
All I did was write poems. I was great at it. Great at writing poems. Never tried to put it to no music, but I can write a fucking poem that can goddamn blow your girl heart out. You know what I'm saying? You feel? That's all I knew. But then when I seen them performing, I was like, shit. I went home and just started writing to a beat. And I wrote my first rap. I wasn't confident in it. My first rap name was The Professor.
Hey. I tried that out for a second. For real though. For real. I tried out
My first rap name was The Professor just because I felt like I was smart as fuck. Like, this shit right here matches me right here. So I'm gonna be the fucking professor. And that shit only lasted a little while. I got into selling weed and shit. That shit changed, turned to Precise, goddamn. I had the hand scale and my shit was weighing out right. So I felt like Precise was gonna be my name. But that started me rapping. But Jacob, the first song that I actually took serious was the night Jacob got killed. I had went to I went home after the whole scene. I went home and I was crying. You know what I mean? Like, that shit. I ain't never seen a dead body before. You know what I mean? Ever. And you couldn't even see his face when that happened because he was face down with a hoodie on. You know what I mean? You just seen a blood trail coming from his head going down the curb, and that shit did something to me. You know what I mean? That shit did something, bro. Like, especially when you notice one of your peers and you know y'all ain't got no bad blood, so you feel for them. You know what I mean? When that happened, so I went home crying, bawling and shit, and you know, I sat right beside my mama bed bawling about that shit. And she was like, you be rapping now? You call yourself a rapper? Go downstairs and write you a rap. I did, and I had this computer. I had no microphone, I had no mixing board, I had no headphones, none of that shit. I had a computer, and at the top of the screen, it had a little microphone right there, a little microphone hole. At the top of the screen, but it was a speaker and a microphone all in one, in that little bitty hole at the top of the screen. And I used to sit right there in front of that hole and rap to it. Yeah. I used to rap to it. That's how I learned how to rap. You know what I mean? How to get my cadence and my flow right. And I made that song with Jacob, about Jacob, and we performed it at Andrews. I performed it at Andrews. I say we because that day, when they had that party and I performed that song, Rico Barrino, he grabbed the mic and he was just singing the whole time I'm performing. Mind you, the party was lit. The shit was, because it was a party for Jacob. You know what I'm saying? The shit was lit. My word is born when we performed that song. Everybody went from dancing, I'm talking about the whole fucking auditorium was crying, my nigga. Motherfuckers literally came up to me and was like, why did you do that? I was like, shit, that's the only song I got. It's a song for him, so I felt it only right, so I did that. But, it showed the impact that I can have, you know what I mean? From there, I was like, oh, man, I know what I can do now. This me, this rapping shit, this me right here. So I went from there. I started recording with this DJ named DJ Smooth. He used to do all of the National Guard Armory parties, all of the Boys and Girls Club parties, all of the house parties, any party, his name was known for being there, you know what I'm saying, and being that DJ on the scene. He was also the first studio that I ever stepped into. I come from the actual mixtape era. My first mixtape was actually on a cassette tape. You know what I mean? When we recorded, He had a double cassette, so you know he was doing. You might record your lead over here. He's put it over here, put this tape back over there, do your ad libs. He do something funky with it where he blended over here all on one tape and put another tape over here, and like he was just swapping tapes out until he got it all on this one tape. And he had your whole song on the one. I never in my life seen recording like that ever in my life, but he made it work.
Made that shit right.
I'm talking about he had hella clientele. Like from the city, if you was doing music around them 90s, you was recording with DJ Smooth.
What was his studio?
On Centennial.
Centennial.
Yeah, right there where the Circle K at. Right across the street from the Circle K.
Okay.
It's a group. It's at the corner. It's a Japanese restaurant, and then it's a group of houses right there before you get to that first street. Smooth was like the second house, bro. And what's so crazy is his brother was a police officer. His brother used to do the police. His brother was a police officer at Putt. He used to be at Putt back when we had the Putt and the roller rink.
Yeah.
His brother was always the black police officer at the Putt. So we would be at Smooth House blowing it down and recording. His brother at the door. I'm talking about everybody that freeze the fuck up like, what the fuck, man? Why you got your brother coming over here? This shit smoked out. Damn, but he never say that. He knew we was in our element, so he never wanted to disturb our element. He let us, he wasn't even tripping on no shit like that.
So who anybody like any artists out there or any music that like kind of inspired you to start wanting to create your own music?
I used to listen to Boot Camp Click, Helter Skelter, Cocoa Brothers. Yeah, that was. Man, you couldn't tell me and my cousin Rude that we wasn't the Cocoa Brothers. Like straight up, like we was. That's who we was rapping like. And then Tupac. That's my favorite rapper of all time. Okay. Like I feel like his music can't do no wrong. You know what I mean? Like he tried.
What's your favorite pop song?
Which one? They want to bury me, I'm worried. I'm losing my mind, look down the barrel of a 9 and my vision's blurry. You feel me? That's where I'm at with it. That's where I'm at with it. Like, come on, man. When I got shot, bro, I had this fucking book. I had a CD album and shit. Bro, the whole CD album was all Tupac's. I'm talking about from his albums that he did to those, the F sharp, them all of that whole mixtape series. Man, I had all of them shit. That was the only thing I rolled to. Yeah. Like the only thing.
So if you had to make a top 5 out of current rappers right now, who that would be?
Out of the current rappers?
Yeah.
Alright. I ain't gonna put him in the top 5. I can't really. I don't. But I'm a name.
They gotta be.
I'm a name the 5 that I fucks with.
Right now.
I fuck with Lil Baby.
Okay.
I fuck with J. Cole.
Okay.
I fuck with Currency.
Okay.
Shout out to Currency.
Yeah, shout out to Currency. I fuck with damn. I still fuck with Jeezy.
Oh yeah.
Like, and but see, I just can't give a 5 because I got a hot 10, you know what I mean? Because I'm gonna go with Gotti, and then I'm still.
But you know what changed for me?
So that was current. Now who all time?
Tupac.
Who else we got?
Boot Camp Click, because they help father my style.
Okay.
Then I gotta say Big, because he had the charisma part that showed me, that I can rap to the girls. I would always like LL, but it was the way Biggie delivered it to me, because his shit was more hood, the way he was talking to them bitches. Yeah, so him. Two more. Trick Daddy.
Wild card.
Yeah, that's a wild card. That's a wild card for me. And then one more.
Yeah.
Damn, Scarface. Yeah.
But that thing about when we were talking about Jeezy, the thing that changed for me from like Jeezy, his damn voice.
His voice
His
changed.
voice, it kind of, it's a little different now.
Yeah, 'cause when I watched the Tiny Dex joint, the first couple songs, I was expecting his voice to be the way it was, but it wasn't. Because it grew, you know what I mean? Like as he grew his maturity,
He ended up having surgery on his shit too.
Yeah. Because he had lost his voice at one point. Okay,
yeah.
So it's expected that boy to change.
The way it was when he came out 06, 05,
Yeah, he was lit. And I wasn't in the mixed up with them niggas, but I was right that whole summer. I was right down there in Atlanta every single day. I'm talking about had me a little pad in Riverdale. I showed out every single day down that motherfucker, bro.
The way that trap and I had High Point going, not only can High Atlanta.
Motherfuckers up north.
Right, bro. Like,
God.
Motherfuckers up north was on that shit.
yeah, man. Jesus, he shook the world.
Man.
He shook the world with that shit, bro. Like, niggas was talking that.
Niggas do that. It's only a few.
It's only a few, bro. He shook the world with that shit, bro. Like, for real.
That motherfucker. Hey, it ain't many niggas had to roll out like that. That's a come out. That's how the fuck it come out. So it ain't too many who come in that good.
So you like Jeezy or you like Gucci? Which one?
Jeezy.
Like Jeezy better.
Yeah, I mean, I like Gucci.
Gucci alright, so I always.
But it was always Jeezy because shit, man. Like, it's just the way he rapped that shit. That shit sounded better.
He made better songs.
Yeah, hands down, he did.
And you can tell on that verses, the quality of it, you know what I'm saying, the music, that shit was way better than Gucci shit.
Just think about it. You know Jeezy, and that's why I said I fuck with Guwap, but just Motivation 101, just his first shit, he could just do that for his whole verses.
Yeah.
Shit, he can do that. The mixtape, Trap or Die mixtape.
That Trap or Die mixtape.
You know what I'm saying?
He killed that era, man. Like,
He handled it for Air Forces. You know what I'm saying?
He dropped that era. That era was stupid, bro. Like, and then around that time, we had exclusive generals. That was
whole car strap. They ain't talking seatbelts.
And like it was this. It's my rap career started. I started by myself, and then from there, me and my cousin Mike Collett, his rap name Rude, we got together, and for years we was known as the True Ones around High Point. Like, everybody knew me, Rude and P. That was our other alias, Rude and P. So it went from there, and then I linked up with Gino Doughboy, and he was like, "Yo, Wall, I just got back from Atlanta." He was like, "Yo, Wall, you still rapping? You still?" I was like, "Hell yeah, man, I'm the toughest motherfucker around here." Yeah. And he was like, "Shit, let's get in the studio." And we started, but he didn't have a studio. He didn't know where to go. So I was like, "Shit, we got this dude that we go see named JD over here."
All them parties, didn't he?
Yeah. And we can get into that. Like that's part of my journey. You know what I mean? And we started recording and going to the club with me, him, and Z Tweezy. Yeah, and I started being around Z Tweezy peoples.
First time I ever think I heard anything of yours, it was on something him and Z Tweezy put together.
Yeah.
Cause they used to do the mixes too. They used to have one of them fire-ass mixes.
Yeah, bro. For real.
I remember they made me a damn, they had a fire R&B blend like mix.
Yeah, and see with them, like they used to throw parties at High Point. It was a club called Diamond. Then it switched the name to H2O, or it was H2O and it switched to Diamond.
So what was Candlelight? You remember Candlelight?
I remember Candlelights. I performed in there. I was supposed to open up for Eric Rucker and The Point. It was a group called The Point. They was an R&B band. Yeah, they dope as hell. Dope as shit. They still dope. You know what I mean? But I was set to. Me and Rude was set to open up for them at Candlelights, which we did. We still got on the stage and performed and shit. It was a hell of a night that night. I did a song with Freeway. That shit came out of the blue. Like, these are things that I done experienced, you know what I mean? Going on the road and opening up in different clubs with Freeway, you feel me?
Yeah, I'm about to say, I seen a video y'all had. I think y'all was outside.
We was that day we was in Kinston, North Carolina.
Okay, I seen y'all.
They at the drag strip.
Okay, yeah.
And we didn't even know he was gonna be there that day, you know what I mean? But we knew we had our music ready to go. Yeah. We was ready to perform. That day we went down there. I was set to perform by myself. I had 2 songs that I was gonna perform down there by myself. But I got my crew with me, and all of us make music together. So I'm like, me and my partner Ringo was like, shit, Wall, what you gonna do, man? You got everybody else, which I was like, shit, I want everybody to perform. They gonna be on stage with me, right? He was like, yeah. I said, well, shit, they need a microphone. They gotta perform too. So I went through my archive of songs and I was like, shit, I'm on a song with them. Okay, boom, we're gonna do that one. And now I'm on a song with all the rest of them. So boom, we're gonna do that song. And the thing was, you ain't supposed to be out there cussing. They got sheriffs all over the property, you know what I mean? They don't want no cussing because they got kids out there and stuff. My second song was Fuck 'Em All.
Y'all can't do that song too. Y'all did that song.
We was look. So we had first performed the lean song. We performed the lean song, and then right after we performed the lean song, we had the stage was set up where you can perform this direction or you can turn and perform this direction. We had some chicks from the Pool Palace that was down there behind the stage. So we was like, look, we got this song. We want y'all to get up and perform with us. Want y'all to dance. So we got the Pool Palace chicks up on the stage with us, and they dancing, twerking to the lean and shit. And then the sound dude, he heard the first words before he even played it. He heard the first words say, fuck 'em all. And my homeboy, Ringo, he down there like, he trying to signal to us like, man, just start rapping. And cause the dude wasn't even trying to play the song once he heard the fuck 'em all. He trying to abide. And Ringo like, hell nah, play that song. This the second song. Play that shit. So he played that shit, and once that song dropped, I told the crowd, man, you got a hater or a motherfucker that don't want you to da-da-da-da-da, put your middle finger up. And they responded. They put their motherfucking middle finger up and went crazy. I was like, oh, this shit. Didn't nobody know us worth a fuck down this motherfucker. Like, nobody knew us, bro. We just paid the fee to perform at the place. Like my people's paid the fee. I didn't even know I was performing, set to perform. It was just like, shit, at the last minute, look, you wanna go to Kingston? Want to go to Kingston? We can get you on the stage. You can go down here and perform. Fuck it. Let's go. I do open mics all the time, so this shit was nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't no stage fright. Let's go.
I got invited to, I did get invited to one open mic, and I got shook. Like, out of nowhere, like, I had met this cat. You know what I mean? I had let him hear some shit, and he was like, hey, shit, man, sometimes I be going to an open mic and such, and I was like, all right, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Man, like, not even a week later, hit me like, boom, hey, you wanna come and get you a spot at the joint? And I was shook. I ain't go. I was like, damn, cause I'm like, I ain't prepared. Like, that's why you see how you said I was prepared. I had my jump, but I wasn't really prepared. I'm like, well, damn, I ain't ready for that.
See, we used to ride around no matter where we went. We used to ride around with a set amount of songs on a CD. You know what I'm saying? Like, and all these songs that we got on this CD are songs that we perform at the open mics. So I know for me, I would probably have 10 to 12 songs that I know I can just go to the open mic and I can choose from one of these. Because some of the open mics, they allow me to just give them a CD and say, put it on them, play number 1, play number 7. You know what I'm saying? Because I might have changed my mind at the last minute on the other song. So I give them a CD and shit. And because they fuck with me like that, they allow me to get away with that bullshit, you feel me? Which was some bullshit, you know what I mean? But they allowed me to get away with it. So I was like, you know what, fuck it. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna take a CD with me. Sometimes I brought a whole show set. Like, we will make a show set just in case I get a chance to perform. I got a show set, and it's gonna be about 7 minutes of 3 songs mashed up together.
Yeah, that shit all off smooth.
Yeah, like bro, like it was always about being prepared. Like I learned that from Exclusive Generals, bro, because they threw parties maybe 4 times out of 7.
Generals, man.
Maybe 4 times out of the week they threw parties. You know what I'm saying? The whole weekend was crazy. So and it was 2 artists, me. It started out as 2 artists, me and my bro Scoop. And we was the only 2 artists that they was pushing. So we had to be prepared just in case we had in Club Atlantis and they was like, look, we want you to perform tonight.
Yeah, you got your songs already ready.
I got my music already ready. So okay, go get us to the DJ.
Yeah, I'm ready.
I'm ready to go.
That's how you supposed to do it, though.
And yeah, it was all about being prepared. So we get down here, we get to Kingston and shit. We perform that shit down there, and that shit it did us good. You know what I mean? Because that was the first big performance that I ever had in front of. Bro, it was quite a few hundred people out there, bro. Like quite a few hundred people out here, and they wasn't none of them here to see us. They was there to see Freeway and Young Buck, but. Us being able to perform, that was a plus, you feel me? I took advantage. I was like, hell yeah, shit, they gonna remember me.
I liked it that song you came out with, the Black Lives Matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that, man. How did you feel when you made that? Like, what was you feeling?
Yo, that song. All right, so boom, I had reached out to one guy, and I sent him the music. And I was like, look, bro, I want to shoot a video to this song called How Do Black Lives Matter. And his response was, I don't feel where you going with the song. That was like dead ass response. It wasn't, he didn't beat around the bush with it. I don't feel where you going with the song was exactly what he said to me. I was like, oh, damn, all right, well. Okay, so now I'm back to the drawing board. Shit, my funds a little bit low, but I got this hot ass song that I done put together, and how that song even came about. I shout out to Uncle Dirt, bro, because I go over here to Uncle Dirt house and record. Yeah, I go over here to Uncle Dirt house and record, and I only had that first verse to the song. But one of the young boys came in. And he was listening to it, and Dirk was like, you know what, man, I think my little young boy, he'll sound real good on her. And what he did was, because I was coming off like an OG would come off, you know what I mean, the way I was rapping my verse and stuff. So he was like, you know what, I'm going to come off like a young nigga. Yeah. And I'm going to give it to you the way we look at the whole situation.
His name Bang.
His name Bang.
Shout out to Bang.
Yeah.
Shout out to Bang.
And he gave it to him from the perspective that from the young nigga perspective. And when I listened to it, I'm like, yo, this shit makes sense because he checking me while I'm checking him, but he checking me too. Yeah. But he doing it in a respectful way. But he's still like, look, I gotta do this. I gotta be this way. And I'm like, damn, this shit made for a good song. So I reached out. I knew we was having a march. We was having a Stop the Violence march from Griffin High School to 5 Point, and we end up at 5 Point, and we're gonna have guest speakers out there. So I was like, shoot. I called DJ Smooth, my first studio. I called him up, and because he was using this camera, I said, bro, can you come and shoot this scene right here? I'm gonna use this scene as a scene for my video. I had it all in my head the way I wanted to do it. And he walked backwards from Griffin to 5 Points with a camera. I'm talking about he all the way backwards. He ain't turn around and walk straight. He walked backwards and filmed the whole march. And I just used bits and parts of that to throw it through the video, and like I literally edited the whole video myself.
And I like how you did it. You had to rest in peace to everybody
that passed away. Yeah, around that time, I was like, it's only right to show because I mentioned my cousin David. You know what I mean? And he passed away probably about 25, 30 minutes after I came to see him. You know what I mean? So that kind of like fucked me up. We was on the highway when I found out. We had just got on the highway going down to Atlanta when I found out it. So I was like, okay, I gotta make this song mean something. And so when we shot the video, my homegirl Bang, they always do a bank day on the block he got killed at. So they had a bank day event down there, and I was like, this perfect timing. My uncle, Bank, my little cousin, I know his granddaddy, which is my uncle, they gonna all be out there. I said, shoot, I called up another cameraman. I was like, bro, can you come and shoot this scene right here? All I'm gonna do is just rap. I'm gonna rap my song, Bang gonna do his verse, boom, that's all we need. You can send the footage to me when you finish. And he did. Like, he didn't try to do no editing and say, look, bro, this is what we can do. He was like, here, and dumped the footage to me. So I put the video together, and I was like, I gotta make sure that I pay homage to everybody who got killed along the way, you know what I mean? Because for what I'm doing, it gotta make sense. So throughout the video, I was posting up everybody that I knew. And then even after the video, people was like, you forgot about, because there was a lot more that I forgot. There was so many people that died within a short few years, you know what I mean? So I had to make this shit make sense. And it did. Like the overall to me, it was a real good experience. That was my first time ever editing my own video. I debuted and the shit did pretty good, you know what I mean? People actually paid attention.
I liked that video, man. I like that song.
That was my goal, for people to just pay attention, bro.
Rest in peace to everybody that passed away, man.
Facts.
Real respect. Yeah. So we got, got any plans to make any new music or?
Yeah, me and Dirt got an album we about to drop. It's called OG to OG.
Okay, OG. Shout out.
It's a collective of songs that me and him put together over the past few months. We get in the booth and catch a vibe and be like, yo, it didn't even mean to start like that. We just did like 3 songs together and on our 4th song we was like, bro, we might as well go ahead and make an album, bro. Fuck it, let's just do an album.
Yeah.
And then from there, just because we said we're gonna do an album, we just started recording back-to-back songs, you know what I mean? And that shit coming together. It's coming together real good.
Shout out to y'all for that, man. I hope that turned out good for y'all, man. For real.
Yeah, big facts, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah, man.
For real.
Yeah, man. Shout out to OG Wall, man. Thank you for coming, man.
Appreciate y'all.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Like, share, subscribe, man.
Share and subscribe.
What's up?
Give me the 200.
It's keep it 200 podcast. 200 podcast, man. It's your boy Fat Boy Brown. We'll be back next week. You know what I'm saying? We have X2. X2 will be coming through.
Big facts.
Coming through for the interview, man.
It's big facts.
Appreciate you coming, man. Appreciate you taking the invitation, man.
Yeah, always.
Yeah. Shout out to OG Wall, man.
Boy, Marley.
So we out here.
Some praying on the lottery. Life is a gamble already. You can blame it on society. They don't even want you to win. Community suffering. All the soldiers gotta move to the pen. No pad, paper's just the power of pain. I never seen a storm come without a chance of rain. I get money, they blow it on the chance of fame. You can never grow in life without a chance to change. I'm from the city where you barely even hear the cane. Cushion heroin that took over the game. I'm not playing. Major players and I'm not saying. You know the streets got a code and they not laying. Let's go. The bigger the picture, the more you gotta reach. I don't know the answers to everything, but I gotta speak. Over glorifying the hustle without accomplishing everything up under the sun. It's just a consequence. Court dates follow you around, you can't escape them. Life will have you out on the limb with no gracing. That's why I'm here right now telling you be patient. The hustle like a bottle.